My name is Temple Bara. Here are the headlines. International observer accuses federal government of voter inducement. Obi Ezekwesili withdraws from presidential race. Ohanaeze denies plans to sabotage President Buhari's campaign. And under foreign scene, President Trump delays Congress speech over shutdown. The details will come to you in a moment. Many thanks for joining us this afternoon. Here are the details. The presidency has transmitted the national minimum wage to both chambers of the National Assembly. Senior Special Assistant to the President on National Assembly Affairs, Senator Ita Enang, confirmed that the bill was transmitted to the Parliament yesterday. The development comes barely 24 hours after the National Council of State approved the sum of 27,000 naira, which the federal government, however, said it would increase to 30,000 naira for its workers. Meanwhile, the Nigerian Labour Congress is threatening fresh hostilities with the federal government over the new minimum wage figure approved by the Council of State. Speaking in an interview, President United Labour Congress Joe Ajero said the council's advice is belated, as workers stressing that the workers will not accept any alteration in the agreement reached with the tripartite committee.
Well, I don't think that 27,000 naira is a product, especially coming from the National Council of States. I don't know their rule, their constitutional rule in fixing salaries. It has not happened before, and for them to wade in now to advise Mr. President on 27,000 naira minimum wage does not change anything. At most, if they were ready to advise, they could have advised before negotiation commenced. After negotiation and the parties agreed on 30,000, not even the National Assembly can change that figure.
Similarly, the head international and liaison for the National Assembly for the Nigerian Labour Congress, Uche Ekwe, said that the council's decision is against the will of the people.
The federal government, this is what has been stipulated. The federal government will pay 30,000, the states will pay 37,000. It's bringing up the issue of capacity, diversity of the nation, through federalism, that the states should pay in accordance to their capacity.
In his reaction, the CEO of Center for Law and Business, Dapo Naomi, said that confusion over the new minimum wage only proves the need to diversify the nation's economy. In another development, the Nigeria Union of Pensioners is appealing to President Muhammadu Buhari to intervene and save its members from dying owing to the delay of the payment of their pension arrears. A letter to the president signed by the union's executive secretary, electricity sector Alex Abu, claims that its members are being owed over 25 billion naira and other retirement benefits.
I want to bring to the President's attention some issues which are peculiar to pensioners of the electricity sector, which have lingered on for over a decade, unattended to since the sector was privatized. These comprise of the arrears of pension and outstanding benefits. Pensioners, as you know, are very vulnerable species as a result of aging factors. Most have no access to medical facilities and are dying prematurely. This situation is precarious and needs urgent intervention by the payment of their arrears of pension and outstanding benefits.
Abu therefore appealed to the federal government to clear up all pension arrears. The candidate of the Allied Congress Party of Nigeria, ACPN, Obiageli Ezekwesili, has withdrawn from the 2019 presidential race. The spokesperson of her campaign organization, Ozioma Obabuko, disclosed this in a statement that a former Minister of Education stepped down from the race to help build a coalition to prevent the All Progressive Congress and the People's Democratic Party from winning the election. He said the decision followed extensive consultations with leaders from various walks of life across the country over the past few days. Meanwhile, the presidential candidate of the Alliance for New Nigeria, ANN, Fela Durotoye, says he is ready to sacrifice his ambition to ensure a coalition candidate emerges in the presidential election. Durotoye, in a statement, commended the sacrifice of the former minister Obi Ezekwesili, who had earlier announced her withdrawal from the race. He urged other candidates not to let the opportunity of working together to create history slip by. United Nations Deputy Secretary General Amina Mohammed is calling for effective collaborations between governments at all levels, development partners and non-state actors in addressing the needs of Nigeria, where poverty and infrastructural challenges are the most acute. Speaking at a Sustainable Development Goal SDGs Acceleration Conference in Kaduna, she stressed on the need for government and other stakeholders to take the issue of accurate data gathering and analysis seriously in order for government to effectively plan and implement its policies and programs that will impact positively on the people. Transparency International Nigeria is alleging that the federal government's trader money scheme is a form of voter inducement. Chairman of the Observer Group, Awal Rafsanjani, said the scheme, which is not a part of the Constitution, would have been looked at differently if that started 3 years ago, noting that running the exercise so close to the elections raises all the wrong flags.
It's very clear Nigerians are seeing what is going on for the first time, seeing official use of public funds in the name of trade money to actually induce voters, because this is not a program that was part and parcel of the manifesto of the ruling party, and it is not in our constitution, and it is not done 3 years ago. It is only done when it is about election time. So therefore the allegation by many Nigerians that this is clearly a vote buying using public funds to do that.
The Independent National Electoral Commission says it has concluded the identification and recruitment of 814,453 ad hoc staff for the forthcoming general elections. According to the Commission, arrangement for the timely receipt and speedy distribution of sensitive materials has also been made. The chairman of INEC, Professor Mahmood Yakubu, stated this in his presentation for the National Council of State at the Presidential Villa in Abuja. The Apex Igbo Social Cultural Group, Ohanaeze Ndigbo, is denying claims that it deliberately scheduled its Imobi Ohanaeze's highest decision-making organ meeting to clash with President Muhammadu Buhari's campaign rally in the southeast. Ohanaeze, in a statement, described the insinuations as false and unfounded, saying that the body was not aware of President Buhari's campaign tour of the southeast when the meeting was scheduled. He said in order to avoid a clash with Buhari's program in the zone, the meeting had been moved from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. News now on Flow 94.9 FM continues shortly with business, foreign and sports news.